everybody. This is not a beautiful picture to look at, but it is what it is. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way at all. Just I'm a mess. um, I'm coming on today just to talk about just what's on my mind. Not anything in particular. There's really no updates because my life is kind of like stagnant these days and kind of feeling like really feeling kind of depressed. I've been feeling this way for like the last, well, let's put it like this. I had an accident on August 15th, so I've been feeling like this since August 16th. But I never would have thought this would have went on to like September 23rd. I don't have a car yet, although I will have a car. Um, the money situation is horrible. And no, this is not a beg or anything like that, stream, nothing like that. It's just getting somewhere to talk about what's on your mind, what's on my mind. And I know I said I was going to come back on, and it's easy to say, but when you don't have anything much positive to talk about, it's very hard to come online. And that's just an excuse, so let's keep it real. It's I really don't have a lot to talk about anymore. I mean, if I wanted to talk about the Chantel world or the Amberlyn world, yeah, I got a lot of opinions and thoughts, but who doesn't, right? And or if I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to talk about those things because everybody talks about those things. I mean, I'll delve into them if people are interested, sure. But the review, no, just give my opinions. Yeah, I can do that. But in my life, I'm the only captain of my world, and really don't know what to do. It's like when you don't have a car and you were used to working every day, and and you feel like isolated from the world. And I feel freaking isolated because I don't get out of this house because I don't have a car. The few times I do go out, I go on an Uber. I'll take Uber, go to the grocery store, come back home, and that's the extent of my leaving the house. Is an Uber and home, Uber and home. Go to the grocery store at home. I don't go and do anything. I don't socialize. I don't do anything. I just in the house or by phone. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just, I want to ask people like, hey, can you give me a ride? And when you do, people don't want to do that. They really don't want to do that. I know that. And I'm not going to be the one who's going to be like, hey, can I don't really want to go grocery shopping, but I just want to get out of the house. Or I don't really need to go. I mean, I always need to go. I always need to buy pet food. That's a given. That's like, yeah, I always need to buy pet food. But other than that, I don't always need to buy groceries. Don't always need to anything. Can you all hear me? I'm not sure if you can. I'm gonna put this up here. Okay. I, I think you can. Anyway, but it's just that, and I never knew. Oh, great. Hey, Rose, how are you? How it would feel to get older and no longer drive, no longer socialize. I mean, I don't really socialize. I go out and do DoorDash, okay? But that was my form of socialization, and it was my extra money, and it was my freedom, that was my independence, and that was everything that kept me away from the kitchen. It kept me away from um, the insanity of being home with somebody, who has issues, and I have issues, and two people with issues don't do well together. And, you know, when I was working, I developed good eating habits. Well, not good eating habits, but better eating habits. I wasn't at home. Now I struggle with that. Like, especially I'm going through a lot of stress. Oh, well, you're not doing anything. Well, that's the stress. The stress isn't that I'm at home. The stress is that I'm not doing anything. And I'm just sitting here. I mean, how much videos? I mean, I found a lot of good YouTubers, excellent YouTubers. I enjoy, I will tell you some names if you want some, um, that aren't drama filled, aren't all this extra craziness, but just nice. But I have found some crazy ones too. um, but okay, August 15th, I was in an accident. Okay, a guy hit me from behind, and at the end, they totaled my car. Okay. I have full coverage. I'm good. Okay. My car, getting paid for that and everything like that. And, but in the interim, I still owed a little bit on the car, not much. That's done. It's paid for. But getting another car, I'm not working. I have to wait. And, I'm being very fortunate. My daughter's going to give me her car, which is a blessing in itself. I'm so blessed that way. So I don't have to go out and buy anything. But, you know, um, in the meantime, I'm not working. Hey, let's go, gangster. How are you? Welcome. And welcome, Rose. And welcome, everybody else that's here. So I'm just at home and I hate it. I freaking hate it. I hate the idea that I feel like I'm not able to leave. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not I'm not bringing my hitting my can, onto the floor, nothing like that. My bills are paid, groceries are paid or met, but you're not making the money you made before. Because I'm not making anything when I'm not working. I'm not making anything except my benefits I get, Social Security. So when you're home, you start going through those things in your head. You have the food, like, and Chantal called food noise, like, shh. I want to eat. Well, at least I have a little bit of control of that. So I'm not sitting down here eating buffets. When I want to get out, I can walk to the store, but that's just walking the store and back. That's not socialization. And that's very, very important. It's very important to not to isolate yourself, because all of a sudden you become your own worst enemy. You create scenarios in your head that aren't there, or you have arguments with yourself. You go back through past sorrows and hurts and everything, and you start feeling sorry for yourself. And I will admit, I have been feeling sorry for myself because, it's not fun. This is not fun. I mean, but it's a fact of life. People have accidents. It wasn't my fault, but and I should. I should do that again. I really should. I need to get back into some of the things I used to do. I try not to get back in some of the things I used to do, because like usually that's my brother's thing. He likes to walk the dog. It's his thing. He likes to do that. Um, I don't really have that much to talk about anymore. I don't talk about people, and I miss Ginger too. I miss her so much. I miss Guy too. I miss those are my two favorite animals. I'm doing me wrong. I love Hercule. I love all the kittens. I do. I love Bit. I love Cora. I love all of them. I wouldn't have him if I didn't. Oh, I miss you too. But I need to get some sort of routine. I said I was going to start walking. I mean, and you know what was weird? Last week, I walked to the grocery store. I walked to Aldi's. I got it right to the bank, and then I had to go to a store. Then I walked to Aldi's. I walked to Walgreens. I walked to McDonald's. Okay, and it was good, and my feet didn't hurt. My legs didn't hurt. I don't know. I mean, I could, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about because I mean, I could talk about, I could do reviews. I don't want to do that. I mean, yeah, I could talk about my opinions on things, but everybody's got an opinion. Then everybody wants to give their opinion on you. Like, you know, I, I'm not perfect, so I can't talk about anything. I could talk about good things, so I could talk about my new favorite videos I watch. Have you ever watched a video called Jessum's Vlog or Jessum's Live? JESUM apostrophe S Life. I love her videos. She's from Africa and she lives in Scotland. She's married, okay? And her videos are not so much words. It's written there, but they're the most pleasant, the most peaceful, they're such nice videos. I wait for everyone to come out. She's pregnant now. And she's very, 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 very nice. I watch a few other ones. And of course I do watch the, reaction channels to. Oh, you are? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, shit's where this lady's at in Scotland. It's beautiful. She always talks about going to Morrison's and all these grocery stores, and she hangs out hangs out her laundry. It's just beautiful. It's such a peaceful, peaceful, peaceful video. She's a dog named Rory, and it's just a nice, nice, nice video. You might want to look her up if Jessum's vlog or Jessum's life. I think it is Jessum's life, yeah. And but it's really nice, and I watch that. I do think about coming back on a regular basis, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm like, I mean, nobody wants to hear me go on and on about my sorrows and my pain, and I don't have that much pain, to be honest. Sorrows maybe. I'm going to turn on this fan because it's kind of hot in here. Um, oh, get over there. Okay, there we go. I'm very fortunate. I'm fortunate. I know I'm fortunate, but sometimes I don't feel fortunate because we all have our issues we go through. I mean, I am older. I'm old. I have gray hair. I'm old, and but I don't. I look old, but I don't feel old. You know what I mean? I hate the fact that I'm in my 60s, and I hate the fact that shit, where is she at? I don't know. I don't know. You can look her up, and it tells you, right. Let me see. Jessum's vlog, JESUM apostrophe S. Jessum's life. Sometimes it's a vlog, but it says Jessum's life, and she's just beautiful, beautiful person. Um, I mean, it's just like, okay, like I can't relate with a lot of young people anymore. I enjoy the things that I enjoy. I enjoy listening to 70s music. Last night I was playing my Oculus. I do play Oculus. I play poker on there, but I'm not playing for money. I just play it just for the fact of playing poker because I like to play poker. Okay. And I get on there at night and I do that. And I was listening to Elvis. I was listening to all kind of music and feeling pretty good, you know. But when you're by yourself, those feelings kind of creeping back in like, well, you need to get a job and, you need to get out of the house. You need to do things. I mean, where does it say I need to? But I know for mental health, it's not good to stay in all the time. But some people have to and they do it all the time. I think I'm like not wanting to accept. I mean, and I don't have to accept this. I know things are going to change. Soon I will probably have my car. Soon I'll have insurance again. Soon I'll have this, and soon I'll have that. Don't know that I'll be doing DoorDash again. That I'm kind of, eh. I liked it. I liked some of the funny things that happened. Some of the things were hilarious. But, and I like talking to people, It was like I'd go somewhere. I felt like 9 times out of 10, I'd run into somebody I knew from DoorDash, just, other DoorDashers. I enjoyed that. It felt like sort of like a camaraderie, you know, because at home I don't find any camaraderie here. Another subject, another day. But yeah, I didn't like to work so much. And now I love it. I like getting out. I feel good about it. My whole problem before when I wasn't working was my legs hurt, my feet hurt. Now my feet don't hurt, my legs don't hurt. My back doesn't hurt anymore. But, and I just like the independence, the feeling that I was taking care of myself. I like the freedom. I like the just being around other people. You know, I'm not a very shy person at all. I'm not. Online, yeah, because I don't want to hear, you look ugly, and you're old, you're this, and you're that. How old are you? 110? 120. What the hell, Lost weight. I really think that it really helped because I don't have the neuropathy so much. And it just like, it really helped. I mean, sometimes they do, uh, uh, they hurt, but not that much. Oh, Glasgow. No, she's from Rwanda. Her husband is from Scotland. They never show him. Never, 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 never show him. But he seems like a nice person. But she cooks very well too. She's good cook. But yeah, that's how it helped my feet. When I lost weight, it seemed like it kind of like took a lot of pressure off my back, off my legs, off my feet. I'm sure if I stood up like for 10 hours, they probably would hurt. But, I never find myself like I used to. It really kind of helped a lot, losing weight. I mean, I still get the feet tingles at times. And if I eat maybe wrong, then, I know, but it's just, I don't know, probably. Well, they're not gonna find out anything about me because I don't have nothing to say. I don't have nothing is big, in. I don't have nothing. I don't have no drama. I wish I had some drama. That'd be my life be more exciting. um, I guess though, this is the kind of life that I needed. You know, um, some people just want the drama. In the last few weeks, we've had a lot of drama in the United States. With everything that happened, with with Charlie Kirk and all that. That was sad. And I mean, I'm not talking politically, just as a human being, it was sad. And just the way the world is now, everybody's so angry. And some people I understand for good reason, you know, some people are worried. The economy sucks. And, you know, a lot of things are changing in the world and not everything for the good, you know. Um, then we have those who take life for granted, like it's a gift, you know. Take health for granted. You're blessed if you're above the earth, It's easy to forget, oh God, sometimes I think that, I just don't like being on this earth. But you know what? I don't know what the alternative is, and I don't want to find that out right now. I'm not ready for that. Um, but I do, yeah. We are blessed. Every day you wake up, and if you can stand up, you stand up. If you have somebody that loves you, that's a wonderful thing. If you have somebody that cares, that's a beautiful thing. If you have running water, if you have electricity, if you have your freedoms that we have, you're blessed, And then we can go down the scale. I know, Vasco. It's like crazy. But you know what? You know, that's their excitement, I think. That's how I feel. My cats need me. Hercules needs me. My pets definitely need me. When I go shopping, okay. When I was working DoorDash, mostly that money was made to purchase things for my cats and the foster cats and all that. But I always find a way, you know. So that's our pets are everything. That's how I am. My pets are everything. People they can take care of themselves, but when you take a pet, you're telling them, I will keep you in the house. I will take you out from your natural element. Although the kittens were born in my house, so they were here. I know. I remember that. Everybody got so mad at me, and I remember this. People got so mad at me, and and it was just a joke, and bad taste. It was bad taste, but I mean, 500 pounds. I remember that. Remember, and now she's much more than that, and like wow, I mean, so many things that was back in the day that I mean I wouldn't do now. I wouldn't, but some of wow, you know, things are so different. I just thought it was I didn't, I learned I didn't mean no harm. I just thought it was funny, like she's like coming out announcing it like my God, 500 pounds. I'm like, what the hell? Are we celebrating this? And at the time, I was pretty hefty my damn self, And, uh, it was just, you know, a lot of things that happened back then. I mean, the stuff I did with Cynthia and Tommy, that was bad. That was bad. I should have left that alone. That wasn't my business. Some things aren't your business. And I've learned that. Uh, Mind your business, okay? Uh, but when people put their shit out there on the internet, and then don't you talk about it, the hell? Then don't put it out there. I mean, I'm not gonna come out here and although I have in the past, I'm not gonna do that now. Tell my little dirty secrets online. You know, I'm not gonna tell things that some things you just don't have to say. You know, uh, but now everything's out there, man. I'm like, wow. I don't know. She does. I said, what's that, TikTok? And every now and then, I don't follow her nothing like that, but I do go over there and I see her on there every now and then. I say, you know what I think? All in all, good for her because she's young and she had to do it on her own, and she did. She did do it on her own. She doesn't bother nobody. I don't think. I mean, it doesn't bother me. And if you want to feed squirrels, if you want to, I mean, the cat thing, I don't know. I don't know all about that. I'm not going to comment on that. But comparative to other things I have seen, I mean, yeah, I remember that. It was real sad, you know. But other than that, after Tommy and what she did for herself, she took care of herself. And you know what? You do what you can do the best way you can do it. If you're not hurting nobody, you're not bothering nobody, you're not asking, you know, you're not coming on degrading anybody, you're just doing you. Hey, God bless you, you know. And those things, again, those were my opinions. And, I don't take it back. I mean, I take it back that I did that and it was my situation. And, I didn't make a hard situation any better by talking shit like that. And I apologize for that. But, I do have to give her credit that she stood up for herself, and she had to take care of uh, she had to take care of herself. You know, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing now. Again, besides, I know she does TikTok. I mean, good for her. I'm not that brave. I'm not that. I mean, I watch a lot of TikTok. I like TikTok. I see a lot of people on there that I'm like, wow. I like to watch these people come out and sing, and who really have good talent. Not the ones who are lip syncing though, the ones who can actually sing. I like to watch some people just talking. I like this one lady. She had her mother. I guess her mother passed, and she would talk to her, and get all these crazy answers. And I thought she was adorable and cute. Um, I give people credit who do what they have to do to make ends meet, because some people don't do anything, and I give it a lot of credit. Um, I used to love to do, YouTube. I did. Um, I didn't like the feedback a lot. I wasn't great with the feedback, you know. Yeah. Do you ever, Rose? Do you ever go? Do you watch TikTok a lot? I think they're going to come up with a new one. Something I had heard or read or something. There's a lot of things on there you can find. A lot of information about stuff. You can fall down a rabbit hole too. I could start watching TikTok at 10 o'clock, and I could still be watching TikTok at 5 a.m. And just like, oh, like, I'll start with these videos and I end up with Elvis videos and I end up with this and I end up with that, you know. Oh, I downloaded the you're right, I really should. I downloaded the new book, Elvis. Well, where is it? What's the name of the book? God, where's my phone at? Oh, I think it was by Priscilla Presley. You know, I haven't started listening to it. It's one of those audio books. Yeah, I bought it. I wanted to listen to that. Beyond the Great Beyond, or so I can't think of the name of it, but it looked, it's supposed to be pretty good. I read her book, but this is a new one that just came out just like recently. If not today, it came today or yesterday. I don't know. I think it would be fun to do, YouTube again and get people in, and like I said, talk about things, talk about topics and opinions, not necessarily arguing and calling names, because that's, come on, I don't want to do that. Um, I mean, not cover them. Would I comment on some of the things? Um, Probably not Amberlyn. Probably not her. I would probably more so, Chantel, but I mean nothing more than anybody else does. I would never go download her videos. I never did that before. I never, you know. Mm, I mean, Chantel, I could tell you, in my opinion, she's a number one scammer. I mean, I think she is somebody I wouldn't trust with a dime, because I don't think she has good intentions. I think all this, I want to go back to Canada stuff, all this solid stuff. I think she gives the money to him. I think she's almost like, how those people who are, and I'm not saying that she is, what they call where they get like, um, they get kidnapped and they become like in love with a kidnapper, and they almost become, I know it's a term, I can't think of what it's called, and I think she's trying to get money to give to him. I think she wants to go home just to do eat the nashies, and I think she wants to go home. Stockholm syndrome, yes, yes. I think she wants to go home, eat the nashies, smoke her weed, and then when she realizes that life is real and you have to do more than just smoke weed or shisha or whatever they call it and eat to make money, then she'll go back. And when she finds out that maybe you're not as, you have the history behind you, I don't think I don't think she will stay in Canada very long, because I think she's going to be what, 41, or she's going to be 42, something like that. 40. I know she's 40 at least. And at that time, I think Sala even wants something more. I think he wants her money for sure, but I don't think he wants her. And I think she wants the vision of what she thinks. She wants what she thinks is love. Oh, I think he'd have her back for $1, because they don't have any money. But I don't think I think one day it's not going to end well there because she's too volatile. She has a very volatile personality and she says too much. And one day she's going to say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it's not going to end well for her. Because there, I mean, who's going to go looking for her in Syria? Nobody. What's her name? What's her name? Teardrop with a little flashlight. Yeah, I could see him taking her back all day long. I think he will. I think she'll go home. I think she wants to go home for a Halloween, and I think therefore right after, because I think Canada has a different Thanksgiving than we do. She'll say stay for the Canadian Halloween. Then all of a sudden, she's gonna have to go back because something's wrong with Julia, or something is. Yes. Oh my God. I mean, I, I think she's probably a nice person. I think Turner probably is a nice person. And I think she's probably just very naive. Just like, you know what? Just like, I really, I really like Pete's. I think he's a nice person. I mean, I think he's maybe has some weird ideas or whatever. But I mean, I think he's naive. I think him out of everybody in the world is the only one that truly cares about Sean. Him and maybe Teardrop. The other ones, I don't know. I think some of those are just trolling her like a, and I think Teardrop really cares about her, and I think Pete cares about her, but I think she's done Pete so wrong. Even he doesn't trust her because I mean, look what she did to her family. Comes home and now I don't know for sure the story behind, you know, uh, what her parents, her mom did for her. It bought her the apartment. I imagine she did, but to leave like that, man, I like, and I think something the same thing about. I think Teardrop's probably pretty, has a weight problem. I feel like Pete's is much under misunderstood, and I think he just maybe some a disability of some sort. But I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. I highly dislike Chantel though. I highly dislike Chantel because I think she's an animal abuser. I think she's the worst kind of animal abuser. Oh, she definitely will use Pete's. She will use him up. But you know what's going to happen? One day, he's not going to be there. Wait 1 second. I can get me a drink. I am so thirsty. Hold on. I'll be right back in 1 second. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think um I think Chantel is a dangerous person. Sala is a user. I think he's a user, but I think he met his match. I think Chantel met her match. I think unless Chantel gets some help, she's gonna end up stuck over there, maybe. I mean, she doesn't know for sure that she can come back. You know, I don't know that he isn't. I don't think she wants. I don't think she wants him per se. Maybe to do videos with driving around videos, and maybe it's money if he has any, but I don't think he has any. Um, I don't think she has it in her to even be friends with anybody, not genuinely friends. She doesn't listen to anybody. She doesn't listen to anybody. She's like walking around the over her eyes. She doesn't listen. I don't think she's as sick as everybody says she is. Oh, she's so sick. I don't think she's as sick. You know, but I think eventually, with that eating and, I mean, she's never even experienced a winter in Syria. She doesn't even have a coat. She doesn't even have really a decent change of clothing. She said such vile things about being Muslim, and she, the way the way that she has it smoking all the time, she it's going to catch up with her one day. Something's going to happen. She is a diabetic, and I know for myself, I when I was a diabetic, I didn't take my metformin every day. I took it like shit. I only took it when I felt bad. But eventually, something's going to happen. You're going to have a problem. I mean, the older you get, the risk of the problems go higher and higher. And like if you weigh, I never weighed that much, like 400 and some pounds, and she can't tell me all day long she doesn't weigh 400, at least 400. And I don't think Salah lies. I don't think he like. Well, I think he lies, but I don't think he lies about her. I think when he says something and he's trying to get at her or get back at her or just you know, trying to throw shade at her, he tells the truth. And when he tells the truth, that's when, you know, I know. I mean, but I don't think she's as unhealthy as everybody thinks she is. Um, I think he hates her, but I think he loves her money. And being, I think he has a nice family. I think he probably really does have a nice family. I guess his sister is something like a pharmacist, which I don't know what the qualifications there in Syria, and she's an artist of some sort. And it seems like that Shastra. I think she's adorable. You know what? Because she doesn't quit. I mean, she's like she's almost like she's just like he's her slave, maid, whatever, because she's paying him to do everything. Yeah. Do you all remember a guy by the name of Elvis Travels? Do you guys ever watched or heard of him? He was Syrian, and he was a oh my god, he was such a mess. He was like one of those van type of people, lived in a van, and he was really a perv. And yeah, yeah, I remember Elvis Travels. I used to watch because he was like from this area, and oh my god, and he was Syrian. Yeah, the Lisa Marie, exactly, 100%. Yeah, the Lisa Marie. And when I think of Sala, I think of Elvis Travels. The same sort of mentality. Like, I don't want to work. He was a grifter. I don't know. He's probably still grifting somewhere under another name. But yeah, he was from up this area, like Chicago. And yeah. And I remember what's her name, Rosie. She got him off of YouTube, and she got him. She got him good. And yep. But when I think of Sala, I think of Elvis Travels. And I mean, now Elvis Trump was a little bit over the top because he thought he was like the most handsomest man in the world. He wasn't a little short, little fat guy, but you know, uh, but his videos were pretty funny to watch because he was so stupid, driving to Mexico to meet women and. But yes, that ended him. That definitely ended his channel. And messing with Rosie too. Rosie got him too. Rosie got him. She really, really got him. Well, I guess she's now a he again. But yeah. Um yeah, that was but yeah, I kind of put those two together. And I kind of always wonder. Me too, Glasgow. I used to watch that. I would watch it all the time because I thought it was just so stupid. And he'd be sitting there drinking tea and talking about his mother, and his mother was in a nursing home or something. He was really bad to his mom, but she loved her. Yeah, detransitioned. Yeah, I think he looked better as a man. Actually, he looks much better as a man. I like him still. I like his channel. I don't watch it all the time because there's not that much drama on there or nothing like that. But so yeah, I do like the drama a little bit. But I like different channels for different things. Like when I like watch from what's her name, the lady from Scotland. I really like that channel when I'm being peaceful, and I like the music she plays, and I think it's very peaceful in the way she shows everything, and she just like very nice, and she's just elegant woman. And then I there's another like this girl I watch. She's raising a child, and probably limited income. You know, I like that. And I'll go to different channels from before, and I always wonder like what happened to like some of these people. Remember what was her name? She married the Muslim, and she hated me too. The one that I always thought had me swatted. What was the name? What is her name? God, I never thought I'd forget. Amy, yes, yes. I always wondered what happened to her. I really always wondered what happened to her. Out of all of them, I think she had the most sense. I mean, I give her credit. She didn't. I mean, hitting her kid with a spoon, that was kind of like really bad. I remember that. But I think she did assimilate into the Muslim culture. She tried to really truly be Muslim and raise her kids like that. I don't know whatever happened to her. Um, I don't know whatever happened that direction. Um, really? Wow. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. Hmm. Well, that is interesting. I wonder if did she ever come back online or on YouTube or wow. See, that's something else I think with Chantel. Chantel could never have a child, nor would I ever want a child, even in her distance, closeness. Really? Is it recent? Come on. Come on, Hercules. Is it recent? I have to check that out. Come on. No, don't you go under my bed. I don't trust you. Come here. You ever heard? There's so many things that I don't think about a lot. I don't think about Amy's life journey, but every now and then I do. Every now and then I do think about, especially when I think about Chantel. I think, well, and life with Jen. Remember her? She died. Well, of course, we all remember Jen. And I'm like, she used to irritate me. But I do say the guy that she had living, and I can't even remember names. My memory is not that great, but he really did love her. He really did. Because you know what? He never came back with the tea. He never came back talking shit about her. He never came back. And I thought that was a tragedy when she died. I thought, well, maybe she's going to get it together. And really, oh no. Wow. That's too bad. Is she still with that guy? Her little girl must be. Her little girl is beautiful. I'll say that. Her little girl was beautiful. I'll say her daughter was beautiful. I think that's the thing that Chantel could never give Sala. That would have locked him into her, I think, a little bit as a child. But I don't know if he even wanted that with her. I don't think he would even want that with Chantal. I don't think so. Mm-mm. Chantel isn't mature enough. Oh my god, I wouldn't even recommend a kitten. I would. Did you listen to this video? I almost jumped through my TV. She was talking about that cat that was over there. That, remember that last kitten, that not a kitten, the cat that was fat. And she was calling fat, and fat, and you eat too much. You have an eating disorder. I was so mad. I screamed at my TV. I said, "Bitch, you're the biggest one. You eat 5 meals. You have bonus sandwiches. Who has bonus sandwiches? Who needs a bonus anything? You need a happy meal. One happy meal would be, if I were to buy you a fast food, a child sized menu. That's what you can eat, and you'd be all right." Oh, I was so mad when I heard her say that. I thought, oh my god, she's mean to all animals. I mean, it starts off nice until the newness wears off, and then once the newness wears off, she doesn't want it. Just like, I don't even know how the hell she buys that cat food in Syria. They barely have food enough for the people. How the heck does she get cat food? That's insane. And and I just like think to myself, all these people who give her money, there are so many things that you could be donating your money to. There are so many charities out there. I mean, you could donate to anything or nothing, or just to your own family, to your own neighborhood. But to give this person money who's just gonna buy Sisha food and maybe go home, but she's not gonna stay. She's gonna lie. She's going to lie to your face. And like she said to them, I will lie to you and you will eat it up. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to reach down in their deep pockets and pull out, okay, we want you to come back. I'm like, what? Oh my God. And then I hear other people like, oh, well, we feel sorry for her. She had a hard life, a rough life. You know what? No, 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 no. I had a rough life. I have a rough now. But you know what? I don't harm animals. I would never harm an animal. I don't. No, 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 no. I'm not a perfect person. I've got a lot of bad faults, and I know that. But I don't hurt animals. I do not hurt animals. I don't use people. I don't tell tales on. No, and but see, the thing is, this is my thing, and I know it's going to happen. One day it's going to be bad. What if she goes and comes back? And some of these people, some will drop off, they'll get mad at her, and they'll go over to the other channels, which, as it always is, I think Yaba, French Fry Girl, what is it, No Madness Live, these are my favorite ones I listen to, okay? And, well, I don't listen to French Fry Girl so much. I listen to Yaba, No Madness Live, who else do I listen to? That's basically it. Oh, and the other one, I can't think of her name. But anyways, I listen to them, and they're the ones who get the drop offs. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Pulpy, yeah. Pulpy, yeah. I used to like Mr. Snowflake. I don't know. I do, but I don't. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't want to give. I wouldn't give a certain YouTuber that he covers right now. He just covered any views. I think she's just ugh. And that's why I don't even talk about that person. I got no opinions. Just you know, um, I yep. I just that see. Eventually, Chantel's going to screw herself. I really believe it because every time she lies to them, somebody leaves, and then she's gonna have hardly. Well, she'll always have more than most, but she'll have a lot of subscribers. But when it comes down to where she really needs help on something, it's gonna become less and less and less. Then she might only have somebody like Teardrop or Tracy, Texas, or what's the other one? Strawberry, whatever it is. Oh, you don't like the straight? Yeah, I get you. I get you. I think some of the yeah, I totally get. Now I do like with garlic bread, but some of his predictions are off a little bit. It never seems to come into the same way that he says they're going to fall out. I think one day well, actually, I think one day she's going to do something, and if she's still in Syria, she might end up losing her channel because I think a lot of people report her, and I do think if you really wanted her off of YouTube, the things that she has done could get her off of YouTube. Because look, remember Miss MFW? You remember her? They got her off. I mean, forever. Elvis Travels, he got kicked off of YouTube forever. Why can't Chantel get kicked off forever? That would save Chantel's life. That would save her life because if she got kicked off forever, okay, that means she has no more money. Sala has no more use for her. If she got kicked off, Sala has no more use for her. So somehow, some ways, she has to go home. Okay, if she was at home and it happened, okay, now okay, you can always make another account, but it's not that easy. And I don't think, I think Chantel's not stupid, but I don't think she's that quick enough to make accounts that's going to stick. So she would have to do some true change in herself because, I mean, your money, when you lose your money, you lose a lot. And if that's what you've been noted for was your money, and I can't see Chantel ever going to work at McDonald's. I can't see her working on the phones. I can't see her working at Walmart or at a grocery store. I can't see her doing anything that you have to do on a consistent daily basis. That's why I don't understand why she doesn't get kicked off of YouTube. She's done so many things, even begging on her channel. That's against terms of service. Send me money, send me money, send me money. You know, and YouTube doesn't do anything about it. And I don't know if people aren't. I've even made a complaint. I have. I mean, I'm nobody on YouTube. I am nothing. I am canceled, and I don't care. I'm fine with that. But that's true. But you know what? Even other people, the bigger channels, have lost their they've lost their channels because even if she was kicked off for a month, lost monetization and everything, she'd have to go home and she'd have to change because once her money's gone, Salah has no more use for her. She would see how fast her husband would care about her. I don't know what you have to do. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I have I have reported her videos. I even somebody that I don't really watch, but I seen something she said, and I did that. Nothing happened. I know there's a long form you have to report with, and I've never been that savvy with YouTube at all. I mean, anything I ever did on YouTube was just with a hope and a promise because I don't know a lot. I don't know computers that well, anything. But I would love to see her get kicked off. And not only because I think she's just terrible, but because of the things that she has done and that YouTube holds her at a different level where, I mean, the stuff that she's, and the worst was that little girl that, taking the money, saying that you're going to give it to this little girl, asking people to donate and not even proving it and saying, I don't have to show you anything. The cat got them kicked out of Kuwait. I mean, my God, got them kicked out of a whole freaking country. Yep. Well, they got that canceled. I'm hoping that's canceled forever. Well, the animal abuse, I get that, but see, I don't. But you have to prove that. These are like things that, like YouTube is against it. You know what I mean? Remember when she used to run around in her underwear and I mean, anybody else would have been so freaking canceled on YouTube. They would have been so canceled. People would have like, but and then and even some of the people I watch, I like, they low key like her, and I'm like, you know, I don't like her. I don't like the way she is. Maybe she's underneath all that gruffness. Maybe there is something redeeming. I mean, with everybody, there's something redeeming, but for her to take a whole platform and just use it as her, picking tool. Like I can do this to you. I can do this to you. I can take your money. And these people who send her money, I mean, some of them I'm sure they have money, and they. And if you give up your money, I guess that's good enough for you. But I don't know. People like what's your name? Stay up there. Don't jump down. Um, Teardrop. I don't think that girl has any money. I don't think she has any money. And I think that some of those people they just give her money just so they can get the tea. But I don't think but she doesn't give anything. I mean, like last night, I don't know if you listened last night. I was listening through an alternate channel. I don't really listen to her channel. And she was going off on Sala. I mean, going off. I'm like, what? You're saying all this? And she was talking about his mother. She did call her SOB. So I don't know. I sometimes feel sorry for Teardrop because I think Teardrop probably doesn't have a good life and maybe not a lot of acceptance in her life. And maybe Chantel is her person, and maybe, everybody needs somebody, you know. But now when I think about the other ones I used to talk about, like Life by Jen or Amy's life journey, and even Cynthia Beaumont, and I think they were the least of the people who are now. I mean, I even look at that. What's that new one? She's a big girl. I can't think of her name. Everybody talks about her. And I mean, I've seen her a couple times. Her name I think is Rosie too. Um, but yeah, Rosie. And she doesn't attract me interest at all. Not at all. I think she's probably for me a little bit too young. And oh my god, I oh, that would be so disgusting to me. Uh, that's just I know, it's like, who was it? They said something about corn dogs or something. Oh my god. No, she's trying too hard. She's trying to you be. I guess you have to either be a mess. You can't try to be a mess. I mean, some people are messes, but they want to be like. I guess like they think the money that Chantel has made, or even Amberlyn, or have made, but I wouldn't exchange their life for my life. I would not, because I mean, my life is not on the, money wise, no, but my life isn't a mess like that. No, she isn't, and she's, it's not organic, it's not real. It's kind of like, look at me, like, come on now, you know. But if she tries hard, maybe she won't get like that. I don't know. But like some of the people though, like hey King Edward, how are you? Callum, how are you? Oh my God, how are you? Oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. Uh oh. Okay. You hear that? That's Hercules. Hold on, let me get Hercules. Yeah, I listened to her like once, maybe two. Mostly I listen to a lot of the channels, like the reaction channels, or like her was when I was doing the DoorDash. Hold on, let me get this dog. He's gonna be screaming. Get over here! Get over here! Come on! You're not going in there. No, you're not going over there. I got him. Yeah, he's just screaming. You've been in my room. We didn't want to stay in there. No, he just his cats went in there. Come on. Get in here. Come on. Get in here. Go. No, stay. Stay. We're shutting the door. Get off my chair. Come on. Move. Scooch. 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 Come on now. Come on. Oh, let me see. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I said, I mostly listen to like that Rosie went, one day I was driving and I was listening to her. I'm like, she's not interesting. It just didn't seem too authentic. But mostly I listen to reaction channels. Like I don't listen to I know. I try to tell my daughter about Chantel, and I even showed her the pictures, and my daughter's, you know, she says, "Oh, why?" I don't know. Where are you living now, Callum? Really? Oh, wow. Australia, Sydney. Wow. No, we're not going out there. No, Hercules. Nope. So what have you been doing? How you doing, Callum? Come here. Come here. I have so many cats in this room right now. And a dog. Hey. It's like I would think it's I think it's kind of like a train wreck, right? I I don't want to look. I don't want to give her a view or nothing like that. But I watch her. You go to church throughout the week. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Are you working or are you doing anything like that or I do too. Well, good night, Rose. I'll try to come back one day this week. I mean, I don't know why I can't come back because I'm not doing anything. I want to see how it ends too. I want to, I kind of think it's not going to end well unless she makes a change and goes home. You know, but that is debatable because I don't think she'll go home. Bye, Rose. Thank you for coming. I don't know if you remember Callum. Yeah, I'm rarely live. I mean, I rarely live. I I I could I can't say I can't go live because I can. It's just I don't. It is enjoyable, Probably so. I mean, if he told her, if his family knows the things that she's been saying, I think They want grandchildren, and like somebody was saying that he has the surname, and if she, being with, there ain't nothing you're gonna get from a foodie except a little money, and that's it. After you get the money, you spend the money, then what? You just got those ceiling things. She could be living in such a better life in Canada, and in health wise, sanitary wise, a lot of things. It's just so much better. I'm so glad you did say hi, Callum. But I think I do kind of think she will go back. I think she'll get there. She'll stay for a couple weeks, maybe three, maybe even 3 to 4 weeks, and she'll say, "I miss Sala, and he wants me back," and da 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 da. Da. Yeah, but I don't know. The thing is, Chantel has this thing, and I don't know why, because I'm not like this. A man in my life is not that important. It's in fact it's not even important to me at all. And I don't live my life by if somebody claims me or doesn't claim me. I live my life each day for me, and my pets and my kids. But I don't live my life for somebody to claim me. And in Canada, she would have to go back to that whole thing of dating and all that. And I don't think there's going to be too many people unless you end up on the same sort of website with the same sort of people who are going to want to deal with somebody like Foodie. Because really, Foodie doesn't bring much to the table except money. Yeah, it was a different ball game. It was nice. I thought Kuwait didn't look so bad. I thought she was very disrespectful there. Very disrespectful. She has no clue of. She doesn't realize that it's a whole different culture. You know, a whole different. I mean, she's lucky she didn't go to like Saudi Arabia or someplace like that because I don't think she would have lasted very long there at all. Yeah, she did. Now he's got her under control. Although I think her money kind of, he still does things for her. Like I guess today he brought her food, but I mean, all it's gonna take is for her to pop off one time at the wrong time and say the wrong thing, and she might be living in the desert. You know, her and her money, or I mean, what could she do if he took her bank card, threw it away, tore up her passport, and dropped her off in the middle of a desert? And she better be careful because or what if he does get married to somebody else and she's there? I mean, there's so many different scenarios that could happen, and stop. Any of those could be, could in very. I bet you. That what's her name? The one that she went to stay with. Where they were thinking it was Salva's mother. Stop it. No, she can't. She just can't. She can't behave in a respectful way. I'm gonna put you back in the other room if you don't stop. Cora, get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. I have I have 4 cats in here and a dog. I have 3 kittens and a dog. 3 kittens, 1 cat, and well, the kittens are cats now, but uh, um, come on, get down, Cora. Get down. I'm gonna put you out. Go to your bed. Hercules, go to your bed. I'm just really curious to see what happens. I want to see how this ends. I wish it was like a book I could just skim ahead just to see. But I do think she'll go to Canada, but I think she'll come right back. And, or if he doesn't let her come back, or if she can't get her passport, won't let her come back. Because she's done some pretty bad things since she's been, in there. It's the end of October. I don't think so. I think she's going to leave earlier. I don't think she's going to tell nobody when she's going to leave. I have a feeling she's going to leave. Well, she might last till like the 23rd or 24th of October because she probably wants to get that October check. I mean, for you live at YouTube. But I don't know. She might leave earlier. She might, I don't think she's gonna stay any longer. So I do think she wants to go home before the Canadian Thanksgiving, and I think she wants to do the Halloween thing in Canada. Come on, come on. Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna have to go. I got too many cats here and they're acting crazy. I know she hates Syria, but she likes the idea of having a handsomest husband. But I think she realizes now that everybody knows she's not married. Second of all, he doesn't love her. And it's all a big farce. I think she realizes, and she looks like a really ass now. And she's got to, build up her ego. And maybe she could convince Sala to act like he loves her and all that, but I don't think that's going to work. Even if it does work temporarily, I don't think it's going to last because now he has seen how Foodie really is, and I don't think that left a good taste in his mouth. It wouldn't. Oh, okay. Well, you be careful. And hopefully I'll see you again. Okay, I sure will. I will try to come on again soon. Okay, maybe another day this week. Let me see. Today's Tuesday. Maybe by either a Thursday or Friday. Okay. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye. Talk to you. Thanks for coming. Let's go and check out that YouTuber. Okay, I will. I'll look her up on the farms. All right, take care. Bye bye. Go. Get down, cat, please.